Look at you guys, coming back to enjoy another episode here with me, the Therustbeltmechanic. Today we're going to be working on the old Duramax. We're going to be doing some winterizing things. We're going to go through this and in general what you guys need to check and look for when prepping your trucks for the winter time. We're going to be doing some glow plugs, we're going to be doing some rear inner fender liners, and a couple other cool little checks, little tricks and things that you guys can do for checking and making sure your trucks are ready for the winter. First things first, oil change. Remove oil cap right here. That'll keep the system from having pressure differential and then keeping some of the oil from draining as fast down through the oil pan. Next thing, remove oil filter. Don't worry about all the crunching, that's just Captain Ron in the background chewing on his snick snack. And yes, I am wearing bitch mittens. Thing you have to also be wary of is what just happened right there. That little O-ring that goes on the oil filter. See how it's not on the oil filter? It's stuck up there. So, unstick it from there. Otherwise, you're going to put that oil filter back on, be double gasketed, and you're going to have a really, really big mess on your hands. Don't do that. Make sure that comes off. Next, we're going to be removing our drain plug right here. 16mm drain plug. We're going to see how doused I can get with this one. Not bad at all. You can see this oil is kind of dark, but that's going to be normal for a diesel. It happens. So we're going to sit here and let this drain. Also a recommendation for you guys, make sure you let these things drain for about 20 minutes. If you don't let them fully drain, once they start, this little dripping process like the oil filter over here is doing, you still got about another 10 minutes worth of draining. That could drain up to like a half a quart more out of your system. So give it a full like 15 to 20 minutes and let the whole system drain all the oil out. So now we've got everything drained down to about one drip every 5 to 10 seconds. We're pretty good on that one. We're going to take a little bit of the oil, put it around our ring for our oil filter to make sure it's somewhat lubed up so it doesn't stick the next time or it doesn't crumple or crinkle or whatever. And we're going to put her back up here. And we're going to give her a good hand tighten only. Do not use a tool to tighten a freaking oil filter. You guys with your big old banana hands putting an extra tool on it, that just makes the job harder for everyone else next time. Make sure you inspect your drain plug seal. Everything looks good there. And reinstall that. Clean her all off and we'll be done for that part. Next, we're going to be wanting to grease all of our joints, all of our ball joints, our tie rod ends, the inners there. You got your ball joints on the upper. If your lower ball joints, they've got one right there. Now when you fill these up, you're going to want to fill them up just till the boot starts bulging a little bit. You're not going to want to do them until they are like blowing out with grease everywhere, because then it just makes a mess everywhere and it doesn't really give it any more life to your joints anyways. Got them ball joints and tie rod ends all over there. And then up here in your pitman and idler arm, there's going to be some up in there also. Make sure you guys give those a good greasing as well. And everything's going to stay lubed up in your truck throughout the wintertime. Now we can talk till we're blue in the face about our different oil choices, but for mine, I'm gonna go with the quantity of oil changes over, I guess, your higher quality oils, because the standard of oil quality recently has gone up so much that even standard oils, they say, are capable up to 8,000 miles. So on my truck, I still only go about 4,000 to 5,000 miles on an oil change, and I put the standard 15W40 Rotella engine oil in here. Nothing fancy with the whatever platinum synthetic added with this plus whatever. I don't do that kind of stuff. I just put the standard 1540 oil in and do my oil changes a little bit more often because I really don't put that many miles on the truck. Just to be honest, that's how I do it. So next thing you want to do is check your coolant. You can pick up one of these cheap little Peak engine coolant testers at any auto parts store. This one's like $8 or $9 at whatever auto parts store you go to. All you got to do is push in the little plunger, suck up a whole bunch of coolant from your bottle to where it fills up the chamber here, and then the little arrow inside of here is going to point at where your coolant level is. So as you can see here on mine, I am good up through about -35, -40 degrees. So we are pretty good on that route. Now we're going to be putting in our rugged fender liners. They are for the 99 to 07 classic body style for them. Now I kind of messed around with these a little bit before on the other side, so we're going to give a little start off on this one. One thing they do not tell you in the instructions is that, I don't know if it's just this model or something that someone added earlier on, but there are studs sticking out of my frame there and there. Those studs, if you have those in yours for like a fifth wheel or something, these fender liners will not fit. They don't tell you that. I don't know what those are for, if those are factory or if those are aftermarket installed, but your fender liner will not fit in there correctly. I fought for half an hour trying to get the other one in before that. But starting off here, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take each one of these push pins out all along the inner wheel well, especially if you have a truck that has a flare. You're going to have to take those out of the flare. And then we're going to be kind of wrestling in the fender liner there. You also have to take out the 13mm bolt right there. That's going to center everything. And the 13mm bolt right here on this one right here. So you got to remove those, and there's pre-drilled holes inside the fender liners for those two to align everything up. So we'll get that one all taken out, and we'll get some footage here for you guys of installation. So once you get everything placed up in spot where it needs to go, you get your two 13mm bolts back in. Now, because I have the fender liners, I do have 9 of these little push pins all the way around, and the wheel liner doesn't come with the pre-drilled holes for those 9. So now that it's in place with those 13s, I have a 1/4 inch drill bit, and I'm going to be drilling holes into that inner liner so I can put Christmas trees in through each one of those holes. then the kit does come with all brand new Christmas tree clips for putting the inner fender and everything back up into place. Alright, so now we can see our finished product here. All nice and clean, much better. Gonna last a lot longer that way too, especially in the winter months here. Now we've got our fender liners in, oil's been changed, all of our fluids been checked. We checked our coolant and all the temperatures and that. Make sure you check your tire pressures as well, guys. That's pretty important, especially here in the winter months. You guys start getting a lot more snow. You might want to lower those tire pressures down a little bit. If you have the tire pressure sensors in the newer models, be wary of that. That's going to take effect as well. I know I said that I was going to be doing some glow plugs today, but doing these fender liners just kind of kicked my butt and kind of ran out of time. So I'll be sure that I'll be putting that one in another video coming up here in the next couple of weeks. That's when's going to happen. I'm going to be doing a live stream coming up here in the next day, and we're going to be giving away some really cool scanners and a battery tester as well. Make sure you stay tuned for that one. I appreciate you guys stopping in. Thanks always for your support, and you guys stay awesome.